Assalamualaikum and a very good day I wish to all of you. Welcome to our forum for this week. Today, we would like to highlight a topic that is quite interesting to be discussed on internal audit in risk management. I am sure that every one of us has our own opinion of this topic. So, before we proceed to our forum, I would like to introduce our panelists today. Our first panelist is Dr. Siti Khadijah binti Cik Noordin, Master in the profession of auditing. Next to her is our special panel 2, Dato Dr. Nurul Syafiqah binti Yahaya, an internal auditor at KPMG. And panel 3, Dr. Nur Amirah binti Zulhisham, representative from Malaysian Institute of Account. Hope all of you are in the pink of health. With me today, Aini Sofia binti Shamshir, your chairperson. I'd like to ask our first panel, Dr. Siti Khadijah, to share with us your thoughts regarding our topic today.
Before that, thank you, Ms. Moderator, Aini Sofia, for your excellent opening speech. First and foremost, I would like to start with the definition of risk. In general, we can say that risk can be defined as chance of loss or an unfavorable outcome that is associated with an action. While from ISA 200 perspective, it can be referred to the risk that the auditor expressed an inappropriate opinion when the financial statements are materially misstated. This risk is composed of inherent risk, the risk involved in the nature of business or transaction. So to mitigate the risk management principles are designed to keep organization on track. Risk management can be defined as the process of identifying, assessing, and controlling threat to an organization's capital and earnings. The identified risks are assessed and prioritized. Only significant risks are managed. Thus, it will help organization to consider the range to face it risk. That's all. I pass back to our moderator. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Siti Khadijah, for your simple explanation about risk and risk management. So, we have heard a clear explanation of what is risk management, of what risk management is, and this can be some new knowledge for all of us. It shows that risk management organization. It is inevitable to have risk, and managers should have better strategies to deal with risk. The long-term survival of an organization depends on the ability to manage risk. So, we move to the next panel. Dr. Nurul Syafiqah, can you let us know more by explaining what is the overview of internal audit?
First of all, thank you for inviting me to this forum session, and it was a great pleasure for me to meet all of you. Not to forget, thank you to Ms. Moderator for the outstanding opening. Back to our topic, I will be explaining the overview of the internal audit. So, what is an internal audit? There were a few definitions of internal audit from different perspectives. According to the Institute of Internal Audits, the role of internal audits is to provide independent assurance that an organization's risk management, government, and internal control processes are operating effectively. On the other hand, CIMA, Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, define internal audit as independent appraisal activity established within an organization as a service to it. It is a control which functions by examining and evaluating the adequacy and effectiveness of other controls, a management tool which analyzes the effectiveness of all parts of an entity's operation and management. In a simple term, internal audit therefore provides assurance that key risks are being managed and that internal controls are operating efficiently. That's all from me for now regarding the overview of the internal audit.
Wow, that's such great information. From what is explained, we can say that an internal audit ensures that a company follows the law and rules in a timely manner. The audit provides a level of security and aids in the management of risks arising from fraud, power abuse, and other scenarios. I think we need to know more about internal audit in risk management. And there must be a more upcoming topic to discuss. So, Dr. Nurul Amira, is there any information you want to share with us?
Thank you, Ms. Moderator. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all the panelists. I am glad to be one of the guests here. So based on today's topic, internal auditors are expected to be increasingly involved in enterprise risk management by providing assurance that the entity risk exposure are well managed. The Institute of Internal Auditor presents and indicates which role internal audit activities should and should not undertake. First, we will look at the core internal auditing roles in regard to risk management. It is part of the wider objective of providing assurance about risk management. An internal audit function can give assurance on risk management process and that risks are correctly evaluated. Internal audit can also evaluate risk management processes and review the management of key risks. Next is legitimate internal auditing's role with safeguards. They are generally considered consulting roles that are greatly enhance the value provided by internal auditing in risk management. These roles include facilitating identification and evaluation of risk, coaching management in responding to risk, coordinating the risk management activities, maintaining and developing the risk management framework. The last one is roles internal auditing should not undertake. These roles are management responsibilities that would clearly impair the internal audit activity objectivity, particularly setting the risk appetite, imposing risk management processes, taking decision on risk responses, implementing risk response on management behalf, and accountability for risk management. So clearly, internal audit should not take over the role related to risk treatment. Internal audit should provide advice, challenge, and support to management decision making as opposed to taking risk management decision on its own.
Thank you, Dr. Nur Amira, for the good sharing. So from what Dr. said, we can indicate that the role of internal audit assists the effective and efficient operation of the organization by identifying those risks which require attention by management. They will need to prioritize risk control actions in terms of their potential to benefit the organization. Effectiveness of internal control is the degree to which the risk will either be eliminated or reduced by the proposed control measure. So what's next? Maybe someone can share some issues related to the internal audit in risk management.
Maybe I can share my thought from my point of view about the issue that can be related with internal audit in risk management. In this matter, related issues are cyber risk, data integrity, and protection risk, especially relating to the adoption of big data, data analytics, and artificial intelligence. These issues are related because internal audit is expected to be aware of and understand the data security threats that loom large over organizations. Internal audit teams must also help in the identification of vulnerabilities and be part of continuous efforts to confirm that risks are minimized. In this organization, internal audit is tasked with not only highlighting information security and privacy risks, but also conducting special audit to assess if there are adequate controls, policies, and procedures in place. More importantly, internal audit's responsibility is to ascertain if these controls are being diligently and consistently followed by the respective team. One of the biggest challenges of cybersecurity is the continuously evolving nature of risks and threats. Here too, internal audit plays a key role in keeping abreast of emerging threats through constant collaboration and networking with industry counterparts. The risk information gathered must be communicated regularly to the audit committee and board. In fact, internal audit should be able to provide regular and comprehensive reports of both existing and emerging cyber risks in the organization, as well as recommendations to mitigate them. I think that's all my point of view. Thank you.
Great. The issue discussed was really interesting. So we can say that cybersecurity has arguably emerged as the single biggest concern for enterprise today, as even the best fortified business fall prey to sophisticated data security attacks and threats. A survey of more than 1,500 business and technology executives across 12 countries by CompTIA, the non-profit association for the global IT industry, found that nearly three-quarters of the surveyed organization faced at least one security breach or incident in 2015, with about 6 in 10 breaches classified as serious. Now, we are going to proceed on areas of overlapping interests, which mean the areas that clash on their own interests that will be explained by Dato Dr. Nurul Shafiqah.
Alright, so let us look at what are the overlapping interests between risk management and also internal audit. Before we are going deep into this sub-content, internal audit and risk management need to work together, but the report must be submitted to the separate senior managers in order to have a clear governance process and also to ensure that another role is compromised. So, this separation is vital because the risk management will process and generate the appropriate information in order for internal audit for the departments such as timetables and also internal audit plan. So, for the risk management, firstly is to develop the risk management framework. In the risk management, it will develop the risk management framework, which is a template and also the guidelines that are used by the company in order to identify, eliminate, and also minimize the risk. For the internal audit, firstly is to audit the adequacy and effectiveness of the risk management framework, while internet audit was auditing the adequacy and also the effectiveness of the risk management framework that is also a guideline for the company. Secondly, for the risk management is to provide appropriate risk management status and performance information to the board audit and risk committee. Risk management will provide the appropriate risk management status and information that can be used in the company. Also, they provide to the board audit and also risk committee. The internal audit provides an independent view on the credibility and also reliability of the risk management information submitted to the board audit and risk committee. On the side of internal audit, they provide the independent view with the credibility and reliability of the risk management. Then, it will be submitted to the board audit and also risk committee. Alright, the last point of risk management is to act as an advisor and mentor to management on risk management matters. Risk management acts as the advisor and also mentor to the company's management that are focusing on the risk management method. For the internal audit, it acts as an independent reviewer to provide assurance on management's capability and performance in their risk management. During internal audits, they act as an independent reviewer in order to have assurance of the capability and also the performance in risk management for the company.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nurul Shafiqah, for the explanation. I hope this explanation will be used not only for us, but for the floor audience as well. I am sure that not only me, but the audience also must be wondering about the relationship between internal auditor and risk management. We have come to the last question that maybe Dr. Amira would like to add up a little bit.
Yes, I would like to add some information regarding this topic, which is the relationship between internal auditor and risk management. Risk management has four main phases, which are to implement the risk, the identification of risk, the assessment of the risk, and the prioritization of the risk and response planning. They are an addition for the last phase phases of monitoring, emphasize that the monitoring phases should rely on internet auditing. Some standard bodies clearly stated that it is important to achieve independence and also the objective in monitoring the risk management activities. In addition, they also stated that the internal audit must comply with independence and also the objectivity in the risk management activities. It shows clearly the relationship between risk management and internal audit. Other than that, there is a separation rule between internal audit and also the risk management function. Apart from this internal audit limited their roles, it is because the top management works with the independent student regarding the effectiveness of managing risk management process, managing the key risk and reliability. In addition, the appropriateness of assessment and also the reporting risk and control. It shows that there is a relationship between limitation of internet audit and also the effectiveness process and also managing the risk management.
Thank you to all our panelists today. Finally, we have come to the end of our forum where we have shared a lot of knowledge which we don't even know or thought before. Well, from that, what our panelists shared just now, it must be stated that internal auditing and risk management are interrelated. In some organizations, the two functions are even combined into a single unit, while in others, the roles are changed as a result of overlapping interests in different areas. The internal audit can increase the effectiveness of risk management due to the roles in safeguarding and giving advice in evaluation of risk. Therefore, risk management and internal auditing are both important for the organization to function properly and effectively. Before we end our forum today, I would like to open a few moments for the question and answer session, so the audience can ask our panelists directly if there's any doubt or question that run in their mind. It looks like someone from social media has a question to ask our panel. The question is, can you give some of the benefits of an internal audit?
That is a very good question. So to answer that question, some of the benefits of an internal audit enhancement in business operations include decrement in errors and improve quality of performance, improve efficiency, decrease costs, increase profit, improve cost recovery, and to increase regulatory compliance. I hope that will answer the question.
Thank you, Dr. Siti Khadijah, for answering the question. So next question is, what is the step-by-step planning for conducting internal audits? Can anyone of the panel answer this question?
Thank you, Ms. Moderator. Let me answer that question. There are 5-step plans for conducting internal audits. The first is planning. Detailed planning is the key to performing a successful internal audit. Commonly known factors like when, what, and how will the audit be conducted. Most importantly, which part of the organization is going to be audited. The more a leadership team spends time in planning a proper audit, the more flexibility will be seen in achieving good quality results and evocative audits. The next step after planning is preparing. This includes constructing day-to-day operations, that is, when and which department will be evaluated and inspected. These steps involve examining the results of internal audits performed previously. Once the required preparations have been made, it is time to perform the audit. This includes inspecting whether your organization meets specific standards or requirements for certification or other necessary purposes. Auditors look for evidence and collect information from a variety of resources. For example, documentation, forms, and employee interviews. Once they have accumulated a record, then auditors begin their examination, calculation, and evaluation. Once the internal auditors have finished their audit, they publish all their conclusions in a report. This report pinpoints the issues deliberated and emphasizes on key areas for attention or improvement. The findings of the audit report are then delivered and discussed with the management. The final phase involves following the measures suggested by the auditors. Hope my answers satisfy your questions. Now, I will pass back to Ms. Moderator for the next question session.
Wow, that's just very compressed content that have been shared by panel 2, Dr. Nura Shafiqah. One last question that we have received is, can you explain details in the importance of internal auditing?
Let me explain regarding the question asked. Internal audit are great opportunity to spend some time investigating a specific process or area and evaluating its performance. It is an ideal way to find areas for improvement and fix potential issues before they occur. Think of internal audits as keeping your finger on the pulse of your organization. Internal audit findings must be reported to relevant management and naturally form part of the management review agenda. Where necessary, corrective action must be taken without undue delay. If a long-term fix requires significant planning and maybe funding approval, consider whether a short-term fix is possible and appropriate. I think I have answered the question and hope that you can understand. So I will pass it to the moderator back to continue this forum.
Okay, thank you all of the panelists for your answer. So with that, our forum ends today. For the last word from me, I would like to thank again to all audience and also all our panels. A billion thanks I dedicate to everyone for cheering up this forum for today. See you again for next week on the other issue.